Hello and welcome to my channel. This is my 43rd piece and it is, as usual, based on 5 random words which are below. But to be honest, that is kind of the least of it, because I gave myself a fairly enormous challenge today. I think you'll get it as I go through it, so I don't want to tell you what the secret of this story is. You'll get it pretty quickly, I think. The title may give it away as well. So this is called Alphabet Soup, an Oulipo Dystopia. And for those of you who don't know, the Oulipo were a largely French collective in the sort of, I think, 60s, 70s, 80s of writers who did very tricksy things with language. The most famous example is Georges Perec wrote a novel called A Void. Well, that's the English translation. And it is an entire novel not using the letter E. So if you can imagine how difficult that is in French, given that you can't write le, for example. Anyway, so this is my story for today, and forgive me if I stumble, because it's going to be quite tricky. Anyway, here we go. A bulletin comes. Diplomatic envoys find great hope. I just knead loaves, mend nets, openly pontificate, quite removed, sometimes unbearably volatile. Wild xanthic yellow zinnias are blooming copiously. Dandelions everywhere, forget-me-nots. Gardening holds idyllic jeopardy. Knowing little makes nothing obvious. Perhaps quinces rot. Sometimes they're undefeated. Viruses xenotropic yet zonal are becoming common. Deaths endless. Forget God, he is just killing limitless millions needlessly or purposefully, quoth ridiculous soothsayers. Tories underscore views which xenophobically yield zero appreciable benefits, condemning downtrodden everyday folk. Glad-handing heroes idiotically judge knowledge learned meticulously, needless or pointless. Quick! Race stupidly unto victory, while you've zero acuity, basic common decency, foresight, gumption. Hopefully, I'll just know Linda, my niece, or presumably quickly realise she's teasing Uncle Victor. We Xeroxed yesterday's zingers, and because comedy delights everyone, found great happiness in just kindling laughter. My nephew often praises, quite reasonably, sister's thoughtful, understated valour. Without Xboxes, yesterday's zaniness amiably broke captivity down. Every fever gets harder. I just know Linda might not ordinarily pray quietly. Reason still teaches us violence will yield xenolithic zombies. Able-bodied companions die, even far-sighted guardians. Hope is joy. Keep living, my niece opines. Quietly reports suppressed truth. Underlying variables x-rayed yield zero answers. Benignly corrupt demagogues engender futile generalities. Hope is judiciously killed. Like me, nobody openly protests. Queens reign still, territories under violent war. Yesterday zipped amiably by. Capable doctors even found great hope in just keeping lives maintained. Nocturnal operations proliferate. Quietly respectful seances, traumatic ululations. Violins wail, xylophones. Yes, zaniness abounds. Can't destroy everything, foolish. Get hopelessly introspective. Join kids learning, making new opportunities, planning quixotic repairs. Sometimes there's unexpected victories. Warm xenon yellow, zinc and bronze cupolas, deepest evergreen forests, gardens humming in July, karst lakes. Miraculous nature overthrows peopled Cartier. Rapid symbiotes take over unused viaducts, with xeric yews zoomorphically acclimatizing. Bracken carpeting disused electrical facilities. Golden hummingbirds in juniper knolls. Linda meets no other people, questing remotely. Sometimes taking useful voyages will yield zucchini, apples, berries. Climbing down every forgotten garden, her illicit journeying keeps larders maintained. Now only partial qualms remain, subtle treason. Usefully, Victor, who x-rayed young zealot Antony, became colony's doctor. Every fortnight, giving his inoculations, judiciously keeping Linda's meanderings nocturnal, otherwise people quickly realise she's taunting us, Victor works. Yesterday, zigzagging artfully, boys climbed destroyed enzyme filters, getting high, ingesting juices. Klaxons lamented. Mainly New Worlders orchestrate punishment. Queer rituals, strange torments. Unyielding victimization with X-rated young zeros. Amoral, backward, cruel, denying everything. Flagrant gangs harry in judicial kindergartens like malevolent nobility. Orthodoxies proliferate. Quangos reconstitute society's tenets. Unhelpfully vague willfulness. Yonder, Zebex zoomed. Airily blue currents. Deep endless fathoms. Gathering harpoons, islanders joust. Killing limitless manatees, narwhal, opalescent porpoises, queerly radiant sunfish. Tomorrow, unusual victuals. With X yielding zip, a bald, chiselled detectorist eventually finds gold. He is jauntily kilted, like myself. Nobody offers praise, questions resound. Still too undervalued, Victor winks. Zerosis, you zero in. Applies betel nut compress, dehydration immolated. Finally, gratefully, he's idolised. Justice knowing, Linda makes no obvious play. Quite respectfully, someone toasts undaunted Victor. Wedding yesterday. Zebra ambling, bride comes. Definitive entrance. Fluttering green hummingbirds. I join, kilted. Linda, magnificently nubile. Officiant proves qualified, reading Shakespeare, testimonials, until Victor welcomed. Xylophonists yammer, zithers agitate. Beaming, couple descends, effervescent, favoured, golden. He's in jacket, knavish. Linda, magnificently noble. Orisons pronounced, queenly raiments shimmering. Today, undeniably, Victor wins. Xenophiles, you zoom around, borrowing customs, desecrating everything. Finally, God hears, indolently judging, killing martyrs, not parsimoniously, quite recklessly. Still tormented, unending, violent worship. Xenophobic, your Zeus. A bold challenge demonstrated. Everywhere fallen gods, huge inequalities, jealous kings, limitless misery. Now ordinary people quicken, resisting subjugation, tearing up victimhood. Zysts you zoomed anarchically between, chasing, dodging, eventually falling gratefully here. I just kowtowed, making no overtures. Platonic quietude required, somehow, those unbounding village wildlings, XXX, young, zipping atavistically, became cupids. Demonstrating effortless festivity, gorgeously humane, I just knew, loving my neighbour, only peace. Quantify romance? Stop, then understand very well. Zero thermic zone, a border control. Diving, eagles find grasshoppers here. Indolent July. Kites languidly meander. Nothing orthodox pertains. Quite remote, seldom travelled, unless verifiably welcome. XY zone, a boy's cordon, denying explorers feminine. Given how infertility, Jesus knows, limits motherhood, no objections pertain. Quakes render some townships unlivable. Villainous wanderers, Xerophilus, yell zealotry and betray cousins, deeply entrenched, foraging, ghoulish. Hunted in judicial killings, leprous men now operate patrols. Quandary, respect secrecy, thriving under vicious warrior X. Young blood Zulus aspire blindly. Control domains, eject foreign guests, helicopter in janissaries. Keep lockdown, maintain necessary omniscience, pay respects tokenistic under variable warranties. Yes, Zeppelins are back, coasting diffidently, elephantine floating ghouls, harrying innocent Jews. Kilns light misty nights, oriflammes promising Quaker riches, simple tankards, uniform vases, wrought xenia. Yes, ziggurats are built, columnated domiciles, embarrassing follies, great houses. I jest, knock-kneed, looking my neighbour over, paranoid. Quantify reasonable suspicion. Truly, unless victors with X-factor youthful zeal are brought, colony dies. Every Friday gives her I joyfully know limited merriment. Needing only popcorn, queenly Rachel sits, television unveiled, viewing wonders X-rated yet zesty. A basic channel depicts everything forgotten, giving humanity insight. Just knowing love maintains necessary order. Perhaps quelling rebellion, selective television with X-fighters, yelling Zoroastrians, animals, babbling comedies, documentary explorations, foments gradual healing. I join, kneeling lovingly, my neighbour's occipital pullulating. Queen Rachel studies television, understanding vital warnings. Xanadu, yes, zombies! A Babel cascading down each fragrant grave-strewn hill. I judder knowing Linda, my niece, owns property quantifiable, rudely situated, transparently ugly. Victor wanders, X-raying young Zulus. Alas, behind colossal doors, enervated females gather, having idolized juntas. Kapow! Liechtenstein's masterpiece now only produces quips. Revolution starts tomorrow. Undeniably, Victor wants Xmas-y Yuletide zeal. Anthony, backwards child, defenestrates. Everything's forgotten. Grisly horror. I join, keening Linda, mainlining nicotine, otherwise prostrate. Quickly relegated, solemnly to undertakers, Victor watches X-Files, yesterday's zany artifact. Buys coffin, delegates everything funereal. Gravestone, hopelessly inappropriate. Jaunty klezmer lullabies mitzvah nobody's offspring properly. Quackery, rubbing salts treat unsightly veins. We're Xing yesterday, zeroing all banalities, creating, designing, elevating, formulating, going home inspired. So, yeah, that was quite the hardest thing I've probably ever had to write, and probably one of the strangest, and who knows what it meant. Well, I got a kind of composite cubist portrait of a strange dystopian near future where kind of society's broken down and then it's trying to reconstitute itself in variously unhelpful ways. So I don't know, there might be something there, but it's very hard to edit this, obviously, because, well, I'm sure you figured it out. Yeah, 1,000 words, all in a very specific order. So, yeah, thanks for listening, and I'll see you with something a little bit more normal next time. Bye-bye.